but it gets annoying after one listen, and it's mainly down to this.
I did it for the rock. I did it for the people. I did it.
Change with immediate effect.
Hey guys, it's Nas and I'm going to react to 10 themes that instantly killed a WWE Superstars aura. This is basically one of those type of themes where it kinda not just killed a superstar's aura, but overall their character, and it kinda gave a lot of negative reviews by other WWE fans. Well, some theme songs kind of work for them, but not everything. And as we get through this video, I'm sure that we will go back to memory lane about one of the old theme songs, if how good it is or how bad it would be. But generally, this is one of those bad theme songs that Superstars has to deal with, and if there's any upgrade to make it good, or maybe it's the same, themes, even if they make ones that are new, instantly going to become bad once again. So let's play the video.
Show and I say it like that.
Theme songs that killed a WWE wrestler's aura and credibility. Number 10, Carlito. Now, there was a ton of hype surrounding the WWE return of Carlito. Carlito was a name that fans wanted to see return for some time, and when he was announced to return full-time in 2023, fans were excited to see his next run in the company. One of the issues with Carlito's presentation was that WWE changed his theme song. Carlito's first theme was a major part of his character and gimmick, and the new theme song was flat and lifeless and didn't remotely fit the persona. But it wasn't just the WWE fans who weren't a fan of the new theme, as this is what the former Intercontinental Champion had to say during an appearance on the Ringers Cheap Heat podcast. You mean the intro? It's a little different. I wanted to do something a little different. It's been all this time. You gotta change with the times a little bit, so I wanted to kind of keep the cool more, but just come out with something new. From what I've heard, people aren't crazy about the theme song yet. I wasn't either, so maybe it's one of those things that might grow on you later on. We'll see. Carlito continued by saying, "They ran it by me. They wanted to change it. I wasn't crazy about changing it. I wanted to keep it. I liked it the way it was, but they said they wanted to change it. Alright, let's see what we can do. They asked me for the input here and there. Needs more bass here, needs more drums. Little things like that. Then the lines they wanted to change. I didn't."
Here's the thing, if they're going to, they say, oh, we're going to change it, like they literally wanted to change things, expect 50-50. It's either good or bad, and that's how it is. Again, looking at this theme song for Carlito, it needs more bass here, needs more drums. It depends, right? It depends if it's good or bad. Again, if this is management's decision, that's how it is. Again, Carlito, underrated performer for sure, but if you change the theme into one of the themes that are instantly going to kill who he is as a character or based on aura, that's how it is. And this ain't the first time, but I can guarantee you there are other people who've been through this as well.
One of the old lines from before. Over the past year or so, WWE have wanted to change established songs, and this was even seen with Randy Orton. Infamously, when Orton returned from injury in late 2023, WWE actually wanted to change his iconic theme song, but the WWE legend outright refused when he heard it. Number 9.
For Randy Orton, he did request to change his previous theme song, The Burn in My Light, into The Voices, which is a good, I think everyone likes his old theme, but the theme he had now, it was alright also. The only issue is that when they tried to change the most iconic theme, which, to be honest with you, I don't know why would they do that, because this is basically Randy Orton, your one of your faces of the company, not literally the face overall, but one of the faces of you could say Ruthless Aggression era. And the fact that you want to change his theme song into something that he wouldn't agreed. We all know that this is Def Rebel's time that they decided, you know what, let's change his theme song. Like they trying to give some presentation that the theme song that they're gonna make is gonna be good, but to be honest, it's not. And good thing Randy Orton, had to make the decision not to accept that theme song. Again, like, I don't know what is on their minds for Def Rebel. And again, this is Randy Orton, all-time great. Why would you have to change his theme song? If he makes the decision to change his theme song, that's good. It's okay if the company wants to change, but you should know the difference and let your wrestlers make the decision if they want to change or not. Because who knows? Maybe the theme song is gonna kill basically the character or the aura in general.
The British Bulldog. It was a smart move for the WWE to change the presentation of the British Bulldog in '99. Bulldog's persona was incredibly outdated, and it would have been met with lukewarm reviews in front of a rabid Attitude Era audience. WWE would change everything when it came to the Bulldog, and this included his in-ring attire as well as his iconic theme song. Unfortunately, whilst the reasons for changing the theme were justified, Bulldog would use a metal-sounding song that was completely uninspired and arguably one of the most unmemorable theme songs of the respective era. The only link the theme had to Bulldog's prior gimmick was that it had dogs barking at the beginning, and outside of it, it was just a generic mess that became instantly forgettable. Number 8. Heidenreich. A Heidenreich was designed to be the next big bad for The Undertaker in 2004, and whilst he had an imposing look, the character and in-ring work just wasn't at the level needed to work on par with a legendary name such as the Deadman. One of the more puzzling things about Heidenreich was his theme song, as his theme song was like a fan-made parody song. The song just literally featured a generic beat with Paul Heyman screaming his name over and over. Whenever this song is played, it was easy to see why the fans weren't taking what was supposed to be WWE's next top heel seriously. Heidenreich was a Paul Heyman guy that fans often forget, and unfortunately, he was a name that even the master himself just could not get over. Number 7. Isaac Yankem.
It's kind of a bit funny though, because it's like this guy, they really heavily push him. The fact that his theme song is basically like the name that they're trying to, like hi there, right, like just like that. It's one of those weird type of, it's a parody type, but it's one of those things that WWE. This is during the time when Jim Johnston, he's still with the company at the time, and at that moment you don't even know if they're gonna make a good theme song out of every wrestler. So they just he kind of make the instrumental, I guess, and then it's up to the management or how they're going to make it better, I guess. But again, Heidenreich, one of the most unforgotten characters during that time period, but still, WrestleMania said, it is 100% a parody song, but what can you do? It's during that time, so some theme songs work, some theme songs doesn't work. It is what it is.
Yankem. The mid-90s was a time period where WWE were utterly obsessed with wrestlers having professions for their gimmicks. The roster was stacked with plumbers, magicians, and even a demonic dentist. Isaac Yankem was introduced as Jerry Lawler's personal dentist, and Yankem would be given a push of a lifetime as he would face Lawler's arch-nemesis Bret Hart at the 1995 SummerSlam event. Whilst Yankem, who would go on to play the iconic Kane character, would be a solid in-ring addition to the roster, everything about the dentist character just didn't work, and it didn't help that he had possibly the most irritating theme song of all time. It's hard to come up with any creative ideas for the theme song for a dentist. However, WWE's idea was literally a drill sound effect over and over with a classical backing track. Now, we've seen time and time again that outlandish villains can have strong theme songs, but this clearly wasn't on the minds of WWE's music department at the time. Number 6.
It was one of those goofy type of characters and heroes and villains, right? Instrumental, and then some with lyrics type of theme songs. It's one of those chances that if the gimmick doesn't work, they try a different route. And good thing that they changed from that dentist to Kane, which Kane fitted a lot for sure. But man, it's one of those things that during that time period, the 80s, it's all about goofy characters, and once it's transitioned to 90s, it's all about the evolution of the new gen, and then Attitude Era, and then fast forward to now. where we don't see a lot of goofy characters right now, which is great. So hopefully, hopefully wrestling stays the same, that there will be no more goofy characters. If they want to act goofy, that's based on them.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin had one of the most celebrated theme songs of all time during the Attitude Era, and in 2000 they made the bold and somewhat controversial call to change the song. Austin's initial song perfectly captured the essence of the character, and it gave him a sense of awe and legitimacy as he made his way down to the ring. Luckily for Austin and WWE, the new theme song received widespread praise. The new version was produced by Disturbed, and it gave Austin an even edgier presentation as he made his entrance. The song now had lyrics, yet these lyrics managed to suit the legend himself, and it instantly became a fan favorite. Unfortunately, the new theme song wouldn't last, as when Austin became a member of the ECW-WCW Alliance in 2001, Austin would ditch the Disturbed theme in favor of a song that sounded like it was produced by Def Rebel. The theme song was titled Venom, and it was just a complete step down compared to what came prior. It was pushing into territory of generic, and it didn't portray to the audience that Austin was the biggest wrestling name on the planet. Number 5, Aleister Black. Now it's rare to call.
It's kind of funny though, because it's like, you already had the best theme, and then for some reason they have to change it again, which is way worse. Like, why would you change from, first of all, instrumental without the lyrics was great. The glass shatter and then the instrumental was great, and then you added up with the lyrics by Disturbed, the band. Obviously one of the best changes, and then when you change it into another theme that's gonna become a flop, like, what the hell was that, right? Like, I hope, again, it's not every music to be perfect for a wrestler, and again, there's some music that is either a hit or miss, and that's how it is. Especially even one of the greats can have worse theme songs as well, so that's how it is. But again, good thing that they did not continue with that theme song. I haven't heard that much, but hopefully, to others who hear it before, hopefully that's gonna be forgotten, because it's like, one of those worst theme songs. But I hope that people will understand that, not every theme song is the same. So again, it's good that we get to know that there's other, big time wrestlers who had worse theme songs as well during their rise.
Call any theme song from the past decade a masterpiece. However, when it came to the first theme song for Aleister Black, everything fell into place. The theme song was ominous, yet it gave Black that cool factor, and it gave him an aura that was hard to beat when he was using it on the NXT brand. This theme song was combined with a special entrance that made Black look like the most unique yet imposing wrestler in all of WWE. Whilst Black would use this entrance for a number of years, it was only a matter of time before they decided to switch things up, and Black would debut the now infamous song known as No Man's Land. The song was a huge downgrade, and even though Black was slowly changing his character, he didn't need to change the theme song in any way to represent this behavioral shift. Number 4, Wade Barrett.
That theme song he had in NXT was great. Obviously, one of the best theme songs, especially. But, when you change a good theme, I don't know why do you have to make good themes into bad. And again, this is basically the different era where Triple H wanted good music for the NXT Black and Gold. When they shifted to the main roster, again, what can you do? Because they're going to make it very worse. And again, if Vince likes you at that time, he's gonna push you to the moon. But if he doesn't like you, you're gonna get buried for sure. And I hope people understand, because those are basically the best options for him in terms of character and theme song for Aleister Black. But the fact that they change it and makes his character, well, I don't know, seems lost to the point that he got fired or due to budget cuts. Like, what are we doing? I don't know what's Vince is on his mind, but good thing he's no longer around, because again, if you keep doing this, if Vince was still around the company, I don't think we could enjoy WWE as much as possible. Not because that we don't need to watch. There will always be those bad, times during those years, and hopefully now we get to the new era a new, journey for us to enjoy wrestling again, specifically in WWE. So thank God that he's gone, and if Aleister Black comes back to WWE, hey, who knows? He could be, a big star, and then how he going to transition back when he's, had a good character, but it's kind of sad that he didn't show the character because he, let go.
One of the reasons why the Nexus faction got over in 2010 was their theme song. Their theme song was memorable, and the lyrics and beat managed to capture the essence of the group's motivations. When the group splintered off and Wade Barrett started a new faction known as The Core, WWE would debut a new theme song for the faction, and based on the success of the first Nexus theme, fans actually had high hopes. This new theme would be titled End of Days, and to say that it underdelivered would be an understatement. The theme song was often labeled as a jobber's theme by fans, which was harsh, but this was a justified criticism as it was just so generic and lifeless. When the group made their entrance using the song, they received zero reaction, and the dull theme song was without a doubt a significant factor in the group failing to connect with the crowd. Number 3, Shayna Baszler. Now, Shayna Baszler's NXT run was one of domination, and WWE managed to assign Baszler the ideal theme song to represent this domination. Baszler's NXT theme was titled Loyalty is Everything, and the theme song sounded like a song that would be present in WCW in the early 90s, as it had a throwback sound to it, and Baszler managed to match all the mannerisms and her trademark walk to the beat with great effect. Unfortunately, the main roster theme song that Baszler had been using in recent years is produced by Def Rebel. The song sounds like a generic song made for an MMA fighter. The song is flat and lacks any sense of creativity. The theme song is often make or break for wrestlers getting that initial pop from the crowd. It's definitely hindering Baszler's success on the WWE main roster. Number 2, DIY.
Shayna's theme song is one, especially in NXT, it was great. It fits her character pretty well. I don't understand why Def Rebel really wanted to make a theme song is going to be worse. Like, why would you make a theme song out of all the wrestlers beside the Samoans to make it great, but why would you make other theme songs with other wrestlers worse? I don't get it. There's some theme songs that they made that were great, but I don't know why they had to make worse ones for someone who has a potential to become future main eventers. I just don't understand them. But again, her theme song Loyalty is Everything, great. But the theme song that she had now, it's a bit questionable now. Hopefully that they're going to change it back, because that old theme was the one that people loved. And now we get to DIY, of course.
Why? One of the most unpopular trends of modern WWE theme songs is Def Rebel's obsession with theme songs having spoken intros. These are a staple of Def Rebel's work, and the worst example is the current theme song for popular tag duo DIY. The DIY tag team have used endless theme songs over the years, yet this is without a doubt the worst. The theme song starts with an intro which screams, but it gets annoying after one listen, and it's mainly down to this ridiculous intro that doesn't help their presentation in any way. It's been reported that WWE and Def Rebel are parting ways, and if this is indeed the case, then hopefully WWE's new music producer leaves the concept of theme songs having spoken intros right in the past. And number 1, Rikishi. When Rikishi turned heel in 2000, the upbeat theme song that Rikishi used as a member of Too Cool just wasn't going to cut it. The theme song was designed to get the fans up and dancing, but now that Rikishi was one of the most detestable heels in all of WWE, he needed to...
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. I did it
to change with immediate effect. Rikishi would debut a new theme known as Bad Man, and whilst the theme song wasn't too bad, it just lacked that X factor that was needed out of a theme song for a main event star during that time. It didn't help that the opening few seconds were extremely quiet, so if the crowd weren't making any noise, it would often come across as awkward, and it would highlight that the heel character wasn't working to the level WWE wanted. But there you have it, folks, 10 theme songs that...
again, even Rikishi, biggest babyface, and the fact that he had to turn heel, right? Because he did it for The Rock, especially. But overall, I think that, if you became once a better babyface, you got a good theme, or maybe a good heel, you got a good theme, and then when you transition it became, you know, it's questionable how they're going to make your team good or bad. But again, it's not common that the wrestlers that shown here in the list are the only ones. There's a lot of wrestlers who've been through it, and I can guarantee you it's not only just them. But since we end this video, guys, I would say give it a like, comment down below on what is the worst, you know, you could say a theme song that literally killed the character or aura itself, and subscribe to the channel. Also, I want to say thank you for watching, and as we see each other in the next video, peace.